sauce. Spill that drip, I wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry on any.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy Doughboy Diesel. I'm back in the motherfucking building in the Doja Room. I'm here with my boy DJ KDub. What's good, my boy?
What's up? What's up, D's? What's up,
Word.
everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Doja Room. Got a special episode planned for you guys. I just wanted to go ahead and spit off some of these topics. There's been a lot of shit going on, and I want to be consistent and just staying on top of what's been unfolding. So, first and foremost, I wanted to jump into this just hilarious topic and break down my thoughts a little bit more, and go a little bit deeper. So yesterday, for those who don't know, and I don't know how you don't know, but for those who haven't been paying attention, Jess Hilarious basically came through after her epic rant the night before, basically just letting her grievances be known, I guess, to the internet, and basically airing company business. So afterwards, she came in, obviously, after going out live. A very awkward show was to follow, and that's exactly what we got. It's pretty entertaining. So we're gonna go through some of these clips because I think this leaves Jess Hilarious in a pretty funny spot after this. I don't know, DJ KDub, did you get a chance to update yourself, or maybe
Yeah,
did you hear about some of this shit going on?
yes, and first and foremost, if y'all don't know this boy, this man Diesel here, man, listen, love the content, bro, and not to mention it's like you kind of are like my morning news, bro, in a way. Like your articles are kind of like when I don't even want to open X, bro. I just go to your literally to your articles and I just read, and that's how I caught up on the just hilarious thing yesterday.
Oh man,
So like,
appreciate that.
priest, yeah,
Appreciate
dude,
that.
yeah. So, yeah, it's just a little weird. It's just you're kind of seeing like a reality show in a way,
Right, exactly.
and
Yeah.
it's weird because it's just like. Like we go through this in everyday lives, like whether you work in an office or like whether you work just anywhere, we have
Hmm.
quote unquote workplace drama, and it's just like it's kind of awkward seeing it unfold like through social media
Right.
live, you know what I mean? And I think just hilarious. I think we kind of all had a feeling she was going to go the way she did, but we'll let the clips speak for themselves, but it's just a little awkward. So,
Yeah, I think you make a definitely make a good point. We rarely get to see stuff like this unfold in front of us, and funny enough, I think a lot of people called it out. Just how Jess Hilarious was being in general. I guess the last couple of weeks to maybe a month or so. But you can read it on her face and her mannerisms. She was checked out.
very
So
passive aggressive.
yeah, very passive aggressive. But she's kind of like that in general. You know what I'm
Yeah, her
saying? Very,
personality's kind of that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
very contrast to Lauren LaRosa. So yeah, let's just see what happened yesterday. Cause I kind of tuned in without the video, but let's get into it.
Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What's happening? How's everybody feeling out there?
I'm great. How you feel?
I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Jess Hilarious is here.
I'm cool.
Okay.
Jess
Still
has
my
been
job. I came into work. What's up?
she's been trending all day.
Yes.
I think she's number 9 right now.
Okay.
Hey, Diesel, pause that real
Home
quick.
last night trying to watch magazine.
Yo.
Did you notice just right off the bat? Like, did you see that? Like, just how she respond? That's
Yeah.
what I'm sorry. We're gonna get to the whole clip. I just wanted to. I just hope
No,
people
but
caught
yeah.
that right away, bro.
No,
Like,
it's fine. It's fine.
yeah,
Whenever you need to break something down, just let me know. But
yeah, bro. Like, if y'all
that
don't
is
notice, we've all been that way. We've all been that way. Yeah, like, I came in. It's my job. But like,
but she kind of said
yeah,
it the night before in the live too.
yeah,
It's a contract. I can't just quit. I can't just leave
exactly,
whenever I want, or resign.
exactly.
I'm, obligated to fulfill this contract. So, I think contractually we're gonna see a little bit more of her, but you can already tell,
The
she
phasing
she
out.
might be a little bit checked out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But go ahead, bro.
Dreams. And I kept getting a bunch of phone calls and text messages, and people was like, Jess Hilarious is going off on live.
Oh, we have audio.
Okay.
We supposed to be a team up there. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one mother ever with this online. Come on, I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a mother reason. I always got my mouth open all the time. Just ran like a high school. It is Fair East Side High.
I agree with that.
Fair East Side High.
Fair point.
Before Mr. Clark, though. Every day, and they always talk about, you ain't at work, you ain't at work. Yeah, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. Hell no. I have more fun outside the studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? No, act like that. No, act.
Now, I want to pause that because Charlamagne and Envy aren't going to say this, but you already feel like you're kind of being pushed out of your position at this point. So your next move is to start picking up more shows and make it easier for them to replace you. Not showing up to work. I mean, half the time you see her on the show, she's calling in from FaceTime. She's not there. She's in West Bumblefuck somewhere. I mean, I've never seen a Jess Hilarious tour date. I haven't seen the next Netflix comedy special, and these niggas are handing this shit out like they're Halloween candy right now. I mean, everybody got a Netflix. Everybody has a Netflix comedy special. So, you know, it just like Jess Hilarious comes in with this energy. And I said this in my previous video, but she comes in with this energy like she's Angela Yee. Like she helped build the Breakfast Club into what it is now. Like you immediately came in, you got pregnant like the first year of your job, a couple of months into your job, and then you were on maternity leave for I don't know how long, and expected, you know, you just expected your presence or lack thereof to just hold your spot and carry the show. And it's just like I don't think the people love Jess Hilarious enough, and I don't think Jess Hilarious is a big enough figure or even has made enough viral moments on the show for her to feel like, well, this is my spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, in a way, contractually and everything and how it's presented to her, yes, it is her spot. But the thing is, it's like with Lauren LaRosa coming in and them deciding to keep her, it's like, yo, you haven't done enough to even, you know, just be like, well, why is she here? Like, this should be my segment. This should be my this. This should be. It's like, I don't know. You haven't really been. I mean, I haven't personally been super drawn to the Breakfast Club, and when I do see her commentary, it's usually like some snarky, lazy, like, you know what I'm saying. And then when she made her comments about some sexy songs for you, you know, for me, that was it. That was it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I think she's. Oh man, I'm trying to be so respectful right now. It's like my thing is, bro. I love that you brought up the Angela Yee comparison because so many people are throwing that out there now. Like literally, after I read your article, and went back to work, finally got some time where I could look at my phone. I was seeing that too, man, and I'm like, you know what? The difference is it boils down to this, right? It's like you said, viral moments, you know, things that are memorable. And let's just be honest, Jess Hilarious doesn't really have a great reputation to begin with. So I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't really listen to Breakfast Club like that. I barely figured out that she was on that like a couple months ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like ever since Angela left, it was just kind of like, you know. And it's just, I don't know.
It's like it's been a clock down. It's been just a countdown on when this shit is gonna, you know.
That's what I'm saying, and I thought it was gonna end when she left. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Me too.
And, you know, she's doing her thing. Shout out to Angela Yee. She's doing her thing now, and you know, she's even talked about it. You know what I mean? And it's just it was just very baffling to see them go with somebody like Jess Hilarious. Like that was she wants to be Charlamagne so bad. That's something I've noticed about her. She tries to have these moments where it's like, oh, I'm gonna say something outrageous, and it just doesn't work.
it doesn't land the same way. But
Exactly.
I do agree that she should step into that Charlemagne bag a little bit more. Because Charlemagne has cleaned up his act, you know, tremendously
For the
since
most part, yeah, for
yeah
100%.
since the golden era of the Breakfast Club. And if you
Just
ask
hating.
me, yeah, and Charlemagne is the star of the Breakfast Club. He's the guy who's basically been carrying it, asking the crazy questions, having the weird viral moments and things like that. A lot of the times when people come up to address the Breakfast Club or anything said, they're coming up to address Charlemagne. You know what I'm saying? So
Birdman, remember Birdman?
yeah,
That
Birdman,
was
even though he said
Charlemagne's
all three
fault.
of y'all, but it was mostly that, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, it was
usually
mostly exactly.
Charlemagne in the way that he's just so unserious in how he deals with situations. She could step into that bag if she was a little bit more funny. If she was, I don't see her, I don't find her funny. I don't,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how she's a comedian. I don't see it.
I
I
personally don't find her funny, but I would say, the perception of the perception of her coming to take over the third seat in in the Breakfast Club in the beginning was positive, and I was like, okay, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at the choice, but
yeah.
every time I check in and she's commenting or giving her 2 cents on something, it's always just like lazy, half researched. Like the main issue that everyone's bringing up, you can barely read off half of the shit that you're reading. So it just gives a lack of, like, you're not even going through the material that these guys are writing up and giving to you, reading over it. All right, I think even Angela Yee took better care of researching some of these stories
Oh, she was really
when
good. She was
yeah,
really
when
good.
it came down to the rumor report. I think Angela Yee, and it may be just her being,
Professional.
having 13
Professional.
years in the game, so many people coming into the Breakfast Club, and her, she might not necessarily be like better than a Lauren LaRosa, but she put in that time. She had that experience. She made a bunch of connections and relationships to where she can go and get that story. She can go and tap a couple of people and do
Yep.
a little bit of extra, and I feel like Jess doesn't do that. She doesn't take that extra, step to use her power or use her status to tap, some of these celebrities or some of these people behind the scenes to maybe get the extra scoop on these stories like Lauren LaRosa is. And then, I mean, it may be her TMZ background or whatever, but you know, um, I don't know. She's just completely outclassed her when it came down to taking her segment and doing the whole rumor thing. So I don't know where that leaves Jess. I think Jess is even confused of where that leaves her. But I can say in this entire interview, she's being gaslit. Like, they're just dancing around the
Charlemagne's so
whole.
good at it too. That's what's scary.
Yeah, they're just dancing around the entire fact of. And I'm just talking and not playing too much because I think Breakfast Club do be clipping some of this shit, or do be trying to clap channels. But it's
Hey, not shout out, shout
you
out
said
to
shit.
Doja Room. Would be the worst thing, right?
Yeah, nah, facts. Um, but I don't know. I think Jess, with her being gaslit the way they did her, instead of just being like, Lauren LaRosa is here, because no producer, come on, no producer sits on the show and talks this fucking much and is on the show every day. You know what I'm saying? And it is kind of weird. And I don't know, maybe Jess might have ruffled some feathers. You think she ruffled some feathers behind the scenes? Do you think Lauren LaRosa might have be the only person that she's rubbed wrong? Because the fans have turned on her too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that more than likely might be a reason. Just because, like you said, we're never gonna know 100% of what goes on. But I don't even think it's just behind the scenes. I think Jess has this thing about her that just makes her very unlikable. Like, I'm not taking a shot at her. It's just let's be honest, but like you said, Diesel, I don't know if it's her TMZ background. She says a lot of things that people look at and they're just like, you're just hating. Like, it's not
Yeah,
even like you said, she doesn't really know what she's talking about most of the time. So
exactly,
it's like when she
exactly.
talks, people are just gonna look at her like, why am I even listening to you? Like, you're just gonna hate on it. Like you said, with some sexy songs for you, like that whole thing was baseless.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we're
mean,
seeing the back pedals.
oh, I'm
So
not gonna listen to this. It was my birthday yesterday. I didn't listen to it, but I'm gonna trash the album though. I'm gonna trash the
exactly.
album, and I'm gonna basically say, which even Lauren LaRosa, I kind of looked at her kind of differently when because it was like ever since Kendrick Lamar talked about how the way he dresses and the way he walks and the way he talks, I've kind of been looking at Drake the differently. It's like what? And my problem with people like Jess Hilarious, even when it comes down to Charlemagne sometimes and Ebro, and why I'm working on this story and a video to just say like why these guys need to be passing their mic up and they're just falling more and more out of touch because these guys are not, if it's not a Drake or Kendrick Lamar, you can tell it's just homework to these guys. You know what I mean? And for you to be a leading voice in the culture, in the hip hop culture, like we come to you guys to hear your review of these albums to give, the general consensus of what people are talking about, what's the conversation around these spaces. If you can't deliver that as a mainly hip hop platform, it's like, well, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why a lot of people like me, we're gonna take over, bro, because these guys are not, they're not passionate about this shit like we are anymore, and maybe it's because the Breakfast Club has just grown astronomically to a level that, I mean, they got politicians coming on now. They got presidents, this, that. I mean, everybody comes on the Breakfast Club now.
Exactly.
So, it might be bigger than the program at this point, but I think that with a younger person, and I think she, like I said, she would be better instead of trying to fill that Angela Yee role, actually trying to kind of take on a young Charlemagne role of, oh, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say the unfiltered shit, I'm gonna get people uncomfortable, I'm gonna, like, what I'm saying, I'm gonna be in an interview accent it, but she doesn't really do that, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
I don't know. I think that would help her out a little bit more, but I don't know. I don't see where her place is if she doesn't do that. And I don't see her as funny. I think Charlemagne is funnier than her, and he's not even a fucking comedian.
Yeah. It just like I said, it just comes down to, as a company, you got to make decisions, right? And it's just, I think they overplayed the hand with Just Hilarious. I think it lasted longer than it should have. It shouldn't have been. That shouldn't have been the successor to Angela Yee. You're supposed to,
Hmm.
when you're trying to step into someone's seat or take over, you
Right,
gotta establish something that's different, right? And
right,
you
right.
gotta you gotta establish something that's kind of been not necessarily done, but you have to kind of go off of what's been established, right? She's not doing that, Deej. Like,
Yeah,
she's trying to be herself, which is fine. That's the point. But people don't like yourself, Jess. Like, that's what I don't think she's grasping, is she's trying to please people, but also trying to, like you said, trying to do the Charlemagne thing sometimes. And it's
yeah,
just, you can't do both, because Charlemagne knows people don't like him. He don't care though. That's the
yeah,
point. Like, you gotta
yeah.
not care no more. And
And
I
she
think she does
obviously
care.
does.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
look at last, like, yeah, this whole
yeah.
thing. We're about to watch it right now. She gives a shit, bro. And that's her
and
problem.
and this whole thing is just spiraling off of the perception and the conversation
Yeah.
coming on around going around the
Not
show.
even
The show.
not even official stuff, bro. Not
Yeah,
even like statements from the company or anything. Just off of tweets. Like,
yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah, the tweets, YouTube. I mean, we have. It's crazy to see in real time how much the fans have power as to what's going on into the show, and I mean, Charlemagne and Envy, they're way more seasoned veterans. I mean, Envy just went through that whole real estate crisis, and which is I don't even know if that's all the way over and put to bed, but he just went through that whole thing, and these guys, they've grown thick skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like Envy's win at Ross, and Charlemagne is win at Drake, and so many rappers. It doesn't even matter. It's not even.
Dude, Envy kind of take it up for Drake at the end there. You know, when
Yeah,
NLU came out, he was kind of like, I'm not really feeling this.
yeah,
Like,
and Jess didn't really have. I don't know. She doesn't really have. I mean, Sexy Red came up to the studio and checked her, and that was about it. But she backed down
I
from that
remember
one
that. You know
real.
what? I do remember that. I remember that. I did see that. I did see
Yeah,
it. But see, that's my thing though. Is Jess, you don't have relationships. Like Charlemagne at least
exactly.
has Andrew Schultz, and he has certain celebrities that think he's just funny, even though he's annoying, right? And then
Hmm.
Envy, you know, he's been in the biz, so he's got people. You don't have established relationships, so it's like that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? She's just
Yeah.
not. She's not
Yeah,
seasoned
she's
enough.
very
You
like
know?
she's very much a D-list like celebrity being
100%.
pulled up into like a A-list
100%.
space.
100%.
And I feel like she's just way too complacent with, okay, I got the job, so I don't have to do the extra work. Like the way Lauren LaRosa comes in, it's like she doesn't even give producer energy, and it's why so many people didn't even know. I didn't even know she was a producer until probably a couple of days ago. But she comes in with this energy of an intern, not a producer. Like she comes in like bright eyed. Where's the next story? Oh, I'm about to work my hardest, and you can see that energy. You can feel it. You know what I'm saying? And the people can see it too. Jess just has this like nonchalant, you know, I'm just gonna give my 2 cents. I don't really give a fuck if it's right or wrong. And with your segment being the rumor report, you don't have time to really get rumors and things wrong. There's not time to be like, oh, I was wrong about this and I was wrong. Like you're giving out, the Jess with the mess, quote unquote. So, with you kind of running,
Exactly, bro.
yeah,
Exactly.
with you kind of running
Exactly.
like the rumor mill, you don't have time to like fuck up. That's not one of those things where you could just half-ass and fuck up because you're
Exactly.
basically giving out facts to that has to do with a lot of the motherfuckers' lives, or this is one of the biggest platforms in hip hop. So I mean, you really got to come with it when you're talking
If
about these
not, if not
topics.
the biggest, bro. One
Yeah,
of, if not the biggest.
yeah,
That's in terms of daily listeners.
yeah,
But yeah, man. Yeah. She, whew, awkward, embarrassing.
yeah. She's definitely
Shoot.
she definitely is not helping. I don't think her image, and even with her talking about some of the shit that what I really want to get to, because this was really when this is really when
Struggling to get started on your book?
this is really when shit got funny, because I think when she actually did confront her about the whole her telling her to shut up thing, I thought that was fucking weird. And you just telling another grown woman to shut up and be quiet and then doubling down on it, it's just like
Here
And one of the
and
easiest ways to create
you're
mess is to
here
pit women against each
and
other.
you're here because of an opportunity that I extended.
Regardless
Like
of-
that's no. I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. You're not going anywhere. That's not. Let's first and foremost, let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever.
I don't know why she keeps saying that as if she wants her to be there. Like it's obvious you don't want her to be there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
It's
it's
like,
obvious her she didn't have no choice but to be like, okay, if I say I don't want her here and they take her off, I look like a hater. And then, when everybody's asked like, "Hey, where did Lauren LaRosa go?" It's gonna be like, "Well, Jess didn't want her here," and that's just gonna be what it is. And with the way Charlemagne and Envy is moving, it very much tells me like they very much would be those guys who'd be like, "Oh, I don't know, that hey, Jess didn't want her here. It wasn't me. Like, I don't got nothing to do with that." And they would be those motherfuckers to throw a nigga under the bus.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, we all have that coworker that we hate, right? And
hmm,
she's just putting it out there for everybody. That's what it is.
yeah.
And it just, I don't know, man.
I mean,
She, like I said,
if you look on the other hand, I mean, if she keeps her there, and which ultimately that seems like what she ended up doing, you know, you kind of just got to deal with her like just steamrolling you every day on your own segment. So she kind of that's the only part I kind of agree with her on. She was kind of damned if she does, damned if she don't.
yeah,
But at the
yeah.
same time, you left the room. I mean, if she was this blockbuster smash hit on the Breakfast Club, really hitting it off, there would be no room for Lauren LaRosa. So I mean, I don't know. It's a very complex situation. Like,
It is. It
do
is.
you do you think do you think she would get backlash, or it would be a worse backlash if she would have just took Envy's offer, which Envy was like, "Hey, I came to you and asked you, do you want her on the show? You want her to stay here? Do you want her in the room?" And she was basically like, "My nigga, why the fuck would I tell you I don't want her? Do you know how that's gonna make me look?" That's basically how I took it. Like, that's basically like, do you know
Exactly.
you know how it's gonna make me look? So
Yeah.
like, I mean, what do you think the perception would be if she would have went down that road? Like, you think the shit would be worse? You
I
think
think.
it would have made the situation worse?
I think it just. I think. I think, like you said, that she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't, right? But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, Jess, you're a person that likes to stand 10 toes down on something, right? You're not fake from what I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
right? You like to say what your chest. You like to say all this stuff. You don't
Mm-hmm.
care. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, if that's the case, then just speak your truth, right?
Right.
What do you if you believe so highly of yourself, speak your truth. Like, I don't want her here. I feel like she's steamrolling what I'm doing. I've established myself as the new person here, and she can't just come up in here and take my spot. But then at the
Right.
same time, like you said, you got to look at optics, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got to look at optics. You got to be like, oh, now you just being jealous and envious, and you just don't want to see another black woman succeed. And it's like, then it turns into that. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
so exactly. So it's like you said, she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't, right? And I think she played the safer hand. But in reality, this could have been one of those moments where you gotta play the stronger hand. You just gotta double
Yeah,
down.
because you're
And
just
she did.
preventing
And
the
she didn't.
inevitable.
She didn't. Exactly. Exactly. Now you're just kind of steered into the skid, and it's just like at this point they can do whatever they want. They can just be like, "Hey, Jess and Breakfast Club had a falling out," and all the fans would be like, "Yeah, that makes sense." Like that, there's no like, wait, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? And she paved the way for it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like I
Yeah.
said, just weird, complex situation.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with that quote unquote meeting that she had. Um, and basically just I think from what I've heard, I think a lot of that meeting had to do with them sitting her down and talking to her and saying, "Hey, you know, Lauren LaRose is here. She's gonna be here. And just connecting the dots. Jess obviously has started, kind of turning up behind the scenes. Hey, change the segment, change it to Lauren LaRosa's segment. Y'all gonna have her on my segment, over talking me, doing all of this, and she's not gonna say this, but this I know that's how she feels. She's just feeling like, hey, if y'all niggas is gonna have her on my segment over talking me and basically taking all my time, then just change the segment to her segment. And she's trying to make it seem like she, is taking the stance of, oh yeah, I'm doing the, the right thing. I'm just looking out for another black girl. She's doing such a great job. So, I just wanted to help her out. You're not taking that stance. That's not why you're saying what you're saying. You're saying what you're saying because you're pissed off that this bitch is still here in this seat and trying to like step on your. They're basically trying to soft launch her into your position. And I think what that meeting had to entail was them saying exactly that. Hey, Lauren LaRosa's here 5 days a week. You seem to want to do more of the comedy thing. You're going out. You're busy with all of these shows. You don't have the time to physically be here. So how about we change you to a like 2 or 3 days a week kind of thing, while we let Lauren LaRosa be the full time. And that, from what I've heard, was what sparked her to go to Instagram and turn up the way she did. Because, the writing was on the wall after that. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be looking to renew her contract when it ends, which I believe is coming soon. So it's
Yeah,
not looking good.
I see, and real quick before we get back to the clip,
Hmm.
I see them actually terminating it. I don't
Really?
even see them coming to the table to be like, all right, hey, we're just not going to renew it. I see her getting cut earlier than she's supposed to. Because
Hmm.
any job, right? If any job saw what she did on Instagram Live, she would have been fired already.
Right.
Like you're putting out business, you're making the company look bad. People, and that's what you said. It all came down to that sit down that they had with her. And I can tell you right now, probably what happened in that sit down, they told her to her face. They said, "People just don't like you, Jess. Like you're not getting like people enjoy your segment. I shouldn't have said it like that. I apologize. It's like it's not that they don't like you. It's just people. You're not attracting what we thought we were gonna get out of you. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, and
Right.
I think that's why they want to move in the direction of Lauren LaRosa because
Yeah.
it's just like
She's doing a great
she's
job with the
insightful.
stories. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
She's
exactly.
a pretty compelling presence too, and she can read. She can read. She's well
That's the
informed.
main one right there. That's the box. That's the box you got to check for sure.
Exact. And one thing I can respect about a Lauren LaRosa more than a Jess Hilarious is, if Lauren LaRosa is going to give a type of review about something, or if she's going to say something that I don't agree with, I can at least respect the fact that I know that she's done her due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that she listened to the record, or I know that she went and did her research. So I can kind of give her the benefit of the doubt to be like, okay, well, you at least listen to it. Jess doesn't give that. She doesn't come off as the type of person who is going to even do her due diligence or try to hear out, another argument or the other side, or listen to a record because, like she said, it was politics why she trashed Drake's album before even listening to it. It was politics, right? So, like I said, when it comes down to being in a space, being one of the leading voices in hip hop, you have to do your homework. Like, if you're gonna sit down on a platform like this, you have to do your homework. And if you're gonna talk about these topics, or talk about the some of the biggest albums dropping of the year from some of the biggest artists, you got to know what you're talking about. At least, if you're not fucking listening to Drake and doing due diligence when it comes down to Drake of all people, then what the fuck are you like? You're not gonna convince me Jess Hilarious really listens to Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry. You're not gonna convince me that Jess Hilarious really sits down to listen to a Kendrick Lamar. Like, come on, people.
She probably listens to the hits. She don't listen to like his deep stuff. She'll listen to like actual albums. She probably just listens to what everybody else listens to. She
I
don't.
believe she'll listen to a Luther because that's more
Yeah, that's her
digestible on a
vibe. That's
daily
her vibe.
basis.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what everybody's listening to. But you're
yeah.
not going to sit here and tell me that Jess Hilarious listened to GNX from start to finish at any point in her life. You're just not GNX, not To Pimp a Butterfly, not
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
It's like you're not gonna see Jess Hilarious driving around listening to how much a dollar costs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I refuse. I refuse to believe that she's sitting there in
Yeah.
one sitting can listen to an entire Kendrick Lamar album.
Oh, she fall asleep, bro.
And and and
Yeah.
and she's just like one of the poster child for one of these people who just hate Drake more than they even like Kendrick. And that's what kind of like changed my perception of her to just be like, bitch, you don't even really do your homework. Like you don't,
Well,
you're not even gonna give niggas a fair shot. Like we can't even trust you to be like, you know what, I don't like you, but I'm gonna do my job at least. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
that's why I respect Stephen A. Like I might not agree with everything Stephen A. says, but Stephen A. takes such pride in what he does and in his job that I can respect that he is going to do his due diligence. Like even if he's talking about a Drake and Kendrick Lamar, I know a lot of people might be like, "What the fuck is Stephen A. talking about?" Wait, nigga, you don't talk about hip hop. Stick to sports. But Stephen A. is so well researched and takes his job so seriously that I know that he sat there and listened to every last one of those diss tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like
And probably broke them down in his head.
exactly. He probably went on Genius. He probably broke down the bars. He probably took notes. You're not convincing me Jess Hilarious even did the same job that Stephen A. did with that beef. There's nothing
Yeah.
that convinced me that she takes it that seriously. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
And that's just her personality. That's what she gives at the end of the day. So I don't know. Like that leaves a lot of room for someone to come in and take her spot and to really like just swoop from under her and be like, hey, this shit is mine now, nigga. I'm not going nowhere. Like I don't know what you thought. And I thought it was pretty funny. You know, that Jess Hilarious was just like, well, why is this bitch still here? Like, you know, I picked her, I gave her this opportunity, like, but and it's kind of contradictory with her saying that, but it's just like you didn't come through and just kill the game to where it's just like, oh, when is Jess Hilarious coming back? Like, I think the only person saying that was Gary Owens, to be honest. The only
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
the only
yes.
person waiting for Jess Hilarious to come back is Gary Owens. I had to sit back and watch that whole interview back because, yeah, he really don't like Lauren LaRosa. He really don't fuck with her. But
Yeah, it's just,
let me get back to this clip.
for
Whatever.
sure.
But yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the whole jump, yeah, Shorty do the job. Great. She's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment. Pushed for that.
I think y'all can work very well together. And once again, you got to stop letting the internet pit y'all against each
But
other.
I
I know
think
the
it's
internet has
beyond it,
created a
but if it's-
narrative.
The gaslighting. I think y'all can work very well together. I think this is just the internet. Like
Evil, bro. Evil, dog.
like Charlemagne, you are the driving force of that fucking show. You are not about to convince me that there's anything going on that show that Charlemagne doesn't know. That he doesn't get the okay or green light or hey, this is what we're gonna do. What do you think? There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Even Envy, no fucking way. Like, do you really think these guys are as clueless as to, you know, this situation as they're leading on to believe?
No. They know exactly what's going on in the building. And it just, like I said, he's evil, bro. He's so good at it. That's what's, it's like, it's not even funny. Like, I know we're laughing about it, but it's like, it's really sad, actually. It's
Yeah.
like, how are you so good at doing this to people? Like, that's, it's
You can tell
crazy.
he just wants to stay out of it and wants Like, I don't know what's going on. This is
He,
not between me. I know, like, this is between you and management. But and you can tell that that's where part of the frustration is being in, because she's definitely frustrated with Charlemagne and Envy as well, and I can tell
oh yeah,
that's definitely what it is, because she's going to them too, like, hey, what's going on? Did you hear anything? Do you know anything? And these niggas is just like, oh, I don't know. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, like I have no idea what you're talking about, Jess. And it's
exactly.
like, motherfucker, you know what the fuck is going on here? Like, what are they trying to do with this Lauren LaRosa bitch? What are they trying to do? Like, she's on my segment, she's stepping on my toes, she's over speaking me, she's basically like, the fans love her. They hate me now. So be real with me. Like, what's going on? Like, what do you guys take? What's you guys' take on it? And they're just like, what do you mean? You guys are doing great. Like, everything's cool. Like like that shit. That's the only part of this where I can understand where Jess is coming from. But even still, you're not supposed to handle it in air company business, go on live, because not even in the defense of the Breakfast Club, when you want to look at where your career is heading at next after this, because there might very well might be you looking, for some shit after this. So, when it comes down to your next gig, they're going to be looking at situations like that to be like, well, I don't know if that's something people like that, like a Monique, like, even a Cat Williams up until recently, that just spoke out and told the truth of what it was behind the scenes. They don't get work. Those guys don't get booked. They don't get calls. So, and even with this, I feel like this gig for her was a big favor by Charlemagne, and she was just really, hungry and wanted the job and desperate for it. So,
Do you see her? Do you see her going on Club Shay Shay after this is all over?
oh hell yeah, oh definitely,
I
yeah,
can see it, brother. I
I can
can
see it
already see
now.
the promo. I can
I can
see
see
all
it
of it.
now. I mean, this is the
Um,
illest alley oop to fucking Shannon Sharp that I've ever seen,
yeah,
and
yeah, that shit is crazy.
you can only
This is Shannon
imagine.
Sharp wide open, 40 yards downfield, bro.
I can
This
already see the
shit.
the the, the interview lineup. You got Shannon Sharp, Vlad, and she's gonna have to probably stop at lip service with Angela Yee, just so they can, like, oh my god, like, I see
They
what
can
you were
talk
going
shit.
through.
Yeah, she can go on a shit, bro. She can go on a shit talking tour, bro.
hmm Yeah.
She can go. Yeah, bro. That's cool. All I'm gonna say is Breakfast Club better tread lightly, bro. With how they handle this, you better just do it extremely professionally. Because
I
if
mean, what's
they do what I think they're gonna do, bro,
hmm
ugh,
I
it's
mean, but
gonna.
what can
I
she
think that's it.
really say though? You know what I mean? I mean, because we're all seeing it unfold, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's harder for you because she can take the I'm a victim, they did me wrong route, and once her next gig runs around and she's doing a press tour for that, and she's airing out all of the bullshit that went wrong at the Breakfast Club, because that's usually what they do. They just wait for their next gig and then they air out all the bullshit that went on last time to promote their next gig.
Uh huh.
But
Yeah.
I don't think it's harder for everybody to galvanize and rally behind you when you're not as liked in
Mm-hmm.
public perception. I feel like the public perception is already turned to her as, you're the mean girl, you're unprofessional. I mean, even when Wendy Williams was there, and short recently, it was going viral of her just scrolling through Instagram. I mean, you can't even defend that and be like, "Oh, I was looking up questions." Or no, we seen you scrolling through Instagram,
I'm
and
like,
you were
dude, at
just,
work, bro,
yeah.
at work, dog.
Look, I hate
Uh,
Wendy Williams' guts.
yeah, yeah.
Let's be honest. Me and you, would give our left nutsack to be to sit in Just Hilarious position.
Oh,
And
bro, please,
at the end of
dude.
the day,
Please. Yeah.
so and at the end of the day, to have a Wendy Williams sitting in front of you, whether you like her or not,
A
the
legend in the
woman,
game, bro. Legend in the game.
a legend in the game, a
Legend.
morning talk show, a millionaire, like her, like it or not, she has. Even if you don't really have too many questions or you don't really, she has so much knowledge to impart
And she
upon
commands
you.
your attention, bro. Like, she should just at least command your attention. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just
And you're working
etiquette.
with exactly. And
Etiquette.
exactly, and just the etiquette to just show how you move on, the show. You can tell her and Laura Rosa, they're just polar opposites. They're complete opposites, and they're checked in and dialed in different ways. And me in that position, like I said, even though I don't really like a Wendy Williams, I don't really like, her brand of gossip and what she stands for. I respect her hustle. I respect how far she's came and how relevant. I always respect a motherfucker who can keep themselves relevant, especially in this day and age. Especially in this day and age, because people's time, their attention span is so fucking short. For you to be relevant as long as a Wendy Williams has been relevant, I mean, hats off to you. And I would still want to hear what you have to say and the knowledge you have to, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Like I said, Jess Hilarious doesn't really give that, and she's not that type of person, and that's not going to change. And I think that might translate more behind the scenes than they want to give it credit for. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and DJ Envy and Charlemagne are never going to sit here in on air and be like, look, you got to step your game up. Like you're not really putting in the same type of work. And Jess Hilarious is waiting for somebody to tell her that. And once she seen that Lauren LaRosa was still there, that should have been the light right there. That should have been the light right there. Us as men, we look at a situation like that and we step our fucking game up. I feel like if me and you were in that position and somebody, a dude is still there, you know what I'm saying, we took some leave, or our wife got pregnant, or we got sick and we came back and our replacement is still there. I think me and you would look at that as oh, okay, I'm about to step my fucking game up. I'm about to yeah.
Or Diesel, you do the professional thing and you go to them after you came back and you're like, hey, what I miss, what you need from me, and keep it pushing professional. Don't be a little, that's what I'm saying. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious, but that's just the way me and you would move. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's like, don't sit here and be like, oh, why she bad? Why she bad? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have but you're not in a position. It's like we said like 20 minutes ago. You are not in an Angela Yee type of position where you can command the respect of your peers. You haven't been there long enough.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, I don't know why she's going at Charlemagne and Envy's trying to say, y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all didn't say nothing. Like, bruh, they don't owe you anything. What do they owe you? You haven't been there for like years. You've been there what? Like how many? What, like 8 months, bro? Like a year, I think, right?
Yeah. Physically.
Like
Yeah.
if that, like
Physically.
yeah, dude.
I don't
Like
even
that's what
think
I'm
it's
saying.
been a
Like
full
you,
year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't. You really think a job? Me and you know this, bro. We're in the real world, dog. You really think a job owes you loyalty? They don't even owe loyalty to people that be there for 25 years. Look at Angela Yee. They did
Exactly.
her dirty at the end. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you don't, like, bruh, just,
Yeah.
she really thinks very highly of herself. And that's my thing is, you're not what you think you are.
Yeah.
And it comes down to that. And
Not
you
only that,
handle it in an unprofessional way,
Yeah. And not only that, I don't think she has the resume. You don't even have the background to command it. Let alone forget you being on the show for 13 years. You don't even have the background outside of the show to command the type of respect that you're command. Like, you're dealing with millions and billionaires. You're a fucking small fish to. They don't give a fuck about you, and that's just being honest. I mean, we're talking about people who are above Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy. They can give two shits about, you know, a person who shows up to work damn near whenever the fuck they want because she's outside booking shows and actively trying to find other things to do besides coming to work. So, you know, I mean, that's weird. I feel like that's real childish behavior. I feel like the last thing that I would do, if I really wanted my job and if I was really fighting for my job, was try to, you know, be there as less as possible. You know what I'm saying? I think the
Exactly.
yeah, I think the main
Exactly.
thing
And
she should have
it's
been
like
doing.
they
No, go
my
ahead.
bad is they've already and it's like you said she was there for how long, and then she got, you said she got pregnant,
Yeah,
she had a kid, or yeah, she had a
and she
kid,
admits she
right?
got
So
pregnant
it's
on
like,
purpose.
yeah. Oh God. And it's just like this is what I go back to, bro. Me and you live in the real world. In what world, right? Okay, regardless if Charlemagne put his neck out for you to get this job, okay? Let's just say let's put it in perspective, okay, Diesel.
Hmm.
You put your neck out for me to get me a job on your
Your
podcast,
dream
right? Let's
job.
just say,
Let
yeah.
add
Let's
that.
just
Your
say, hey man,
dream job.
I've been grinding. I'm a writer, but I haven't done podcasting that much, but I'm a writer. You see me tweet like I've known you for years, and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna give Dub a shot. I'm gonna give Dub a shot. He's been wanting to do this for a while. I know he does. I know he's good for it. I'm vouching for him.
Hmm.
And then 2-3 months in, if that, I don't know the exact timetable, but 2-3 months in, I come to you, Diesel, and I say, hey man, me and the wifey, we trying to have a kid, bro, and I'm gonna take some time off so we can have this kid, and I'm gonna take some paternity leave. You look at me like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, bro, you look
Exactly.
at me like, bro, do
Like,
you
are you
understand
sure you
how
want
the
to do that
world
right
works?
now?
Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. You just started. You can't sit here and take paternity. That's something you have to disclose in the interview, bro.
Hmm.
Like, and
Yep.
then they would look at you like, do I want to pay paternity leave? No, I don't. I don't want to have to pay you if you've only been here for 3 months and then you're going to be off for 6 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
and it just, oh God,
I can say,
bro.
as
It's
a
just,
person who
oh my Lord.
regularly hires and fires people, um, and I don't want it to sound, to come off wrong, but
No, yeah, of course.
when you're under pressure day in and day out to get a job done, and you know you rely so much, and so much of what you do relies on the personnel around you, you can't afford, especially as the head figure in charge, because you know when people don't show up, when things go wrong, when you know when people can't be there, you have to be. And as as a boss, the last thing I want to do is hire somebody who is supposed to be, you know, alleviating some of the pressure that's on me and the rest of my staff, only for them to receive a check. And like I said, I don't want this to sound crazy, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's just like I can't do that to myself or these people right here. Like, especially someone who, and I'm talking about a lot of the times it would be these girls who were like 6 months pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like 7 months pregnant, and it's just like, I mean, what am I gonna? I'm gonna get like 2 months of a breather, and then you're gonna be out for another 2 to 3 months. Like, oh my god, like, and then it's like, on top of that, I can't hire another person because you're taking up payroll, and you have to be here. Only thing we can do is fill in for you, basically. It's just not, yeah. In environments, like you said, in the real world, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's so hard to maneuver around a situation like that.
And it's just like imagine being like you said, how you're in a business of hiring and firing people, right? It's like
Mm,
you understand how would you feel if in this day and age where everything's under a microscope, right?
mm-hmm.
Like it was society, especially with women, it's like okay, she's out on maternity leave, and then she recommended. I mean, this is per Jess, right? She
Mm-hmm.
recommended this girl step in for her.
So she
Okay,
says, yep.
yeah, she. So how would you feel if you found out that her recommendation's better than her?
As the
You're in a
boss,
rock and a hard place, bro. You can't hire her full time because Jess is here. And it looks bad, but then at the same time, you're like, I need the content. I need the
and
content.
and then let me add this extra caveat.
Go
Lauren
ahead.
LaRosa might be even cheaper than Jess is.
Oh,
She might be.
100%.
She's probably cheaper.
110%, dog.
She's probably cheaper.
110%.
I mean,
Oh,
think about
Lord.
it. She was just a replacement. Meanwhile, Jess had Charlemagne and Envy be like, "Hey, this is who we want. She's going to be the official third seat." Meanwhile, Lauren LaRosa is just a replacement at this point. She's probably cheaper, and she's doing the job better.
You know what it is? You know what it is, bro? And I'm a akin it to sports because this is what I love doing. It's Jordan Addison. It's drafting Jordan Addison when you had Justin Jefferson.
Come on, man. Yes, you
That's
feel me?
literally the situation.
And
Justin Jefferson's hurt for 6, 7 weeks, and he's watching the Vikings. And they're not only are they winning games, this dude's averaging like 160, 175 yards in a tub as a rook, bro, as a rook.
younger, better, better for your future. When you
She,
start talking like that, these guys at the top who only see numbers, they're only looking at the splits. They're only looking at pros
oh
versus
yeah,
cons after
oh
that.
yeah, oh yeah. Now, by no
It,
means am I calling Jess hilarious, Justin Jefferson. Like, no, no. But let's get that. Let's just for the listeners, that's y'all can't clip that up and say like, oh, Delvin says you like just no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm kidding the situation because Diesel's been saying though, it's like he knows he's in that position where he's gotta, you know, decide the fates of people if you're in that position, like you said, the suits that are above Charlemagne and Envy, I'm looking at this like a rookie contract, bro. Like you said, she's way cheaper. I'm gonna do it like a rookie contract, bro.
she on a
And I
rookie
just got a
contract.
diamond in the rough for nothing, dog.
She on a
You were supposed
rookie
to be the
contract, putting up
replacement.
all-star numbers.
Oh my
Come
god,
on.
bro.
That's how they looking
Yes,
at
dog.
this, bro. That's how they, and now they're like, all right,
Salivating,
maybe
bro.
maybe
Salivating.
maybe we'll just have you come off the bench. And Jess Hilarious is like, what the fuck, the bench? Y'all hired me to start. Fuck are you talking about? Y'all brought me here to start. What the fuck do you mean I'm coming off the
It's
fucking
like
bench?
it's like Mello, dog. She's like
Yeah.
she's like Mello when Mello left the Knicks, bro.
Oh man,
I'm like,
this
oh
is
Lord.
making
He
too
said
much
I ain't
sense.
coming off the bench. Fuck
This is
that.
making way too much sense. This is
Oh,
making way
bro,
too much
it's just
sense.
it's crazy that we've seen this happen so many times in other avenues, but it's like we've never had a person be this is where it's different. It's like we've never had a person be this delusional of their worth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's just this is my thing, bro. This is why I say they're gonna terminate it early. I'm calling this now, bro, because she's gonna have another IG rant. It's gonna happen, bro. It's probably gonna happen this weekend or something, or she's gonna say something dumb at her show, at her quote unquote shows. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna get clipped up. She's gonna say something really stupid, and then they're gonna be like, "Hey, we decided to mutually part ways with Jess Hilarious." She
Yeah.
she she alley ooped it for him, bro. By acting the way she did in this clip that we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
watch, it's like she alley ooped it for him. She literally did that.
A
She's checked
person.
out, bro.
Yeah,
You can literally show
personally,
her that video, and be like, "You're checked out. You don't even want to be here. So what
she
are we
knows
doing?
it. She's
What are we
acting
doing?"
out on purpose.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
personally, I don't know. I think that her and Lauren LaRosa are just not going to get along. And
And
from
look at
what I
Lauren through
gathered,
all this, bro. Look at
yeah, what
Lauren
I've
through all this.
gathered, there was no, throughout the whole back and forth, there was no real solution to anything that, you know, was said as far as it goes between the two of them. I mean, even when it came down, and I keep stopping the damn clip, and that's my fault. But
Oh, you good, brother? Dude,
even when it comes down to them talking about, and maybe it'll be easier if I just find the clip on X. But even when it comes down to like her talking about telling Lauren LaRosa to shut up.
Yep.
And basically doubling down on the whole like, yeah, like the only way, she says, Lauren, the only way I can get you to be quiet sometimes is to tell you to, well, no, the only way to get you to stop talking sometimes is to tell you to be quiet or shut up. And it's just like, bitch, what? Like, what the fuck are you? And I'm just sitting here like,
so I think you're talking about yourself, Jess. I think you're talking about yourself because, oh Lord, let me not. Let me be good.
Hey, Cook, man, we on the Doja Room, man. You can say what you need to.
I know. I'm just saying. No, but I hate females like that, bro. Like I don't like when they do that shit, bro. They act out. They act out, and I mean I see dudes do it too, bro. But it's just like, oh my god, it's just when I don't know what it is, bro. That shit irks me, dog. Don't just because you do something doesn't mean you should perpetuate it onto somebody else. Like you, Jess, you're that way. Charlamagne has to look at you sometimes to be like, yo, you're kind of yapping, like, dude.
Yeah. And
it's just the pot calling the kettle, bro. That's all it is, man.
And especially when you're sitting here talking about stuff that you barely even know what you're talking about. It's like, but I think this is the clip.
I refuse.
I think this is the clip of them speaking about that exact.
Okay, now you bring this Delaware.
You shut up. You shut up.
All I want to do is radio. Okay, all Charlamagne want to do is laugh. Then y'all yell at me for laughing. You don't take nothing serious.
They said it's all your fault.
I know. It's always my fault. I don't care. Okay, I think.
Wait, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Hold on.
There's an issue outside, and then there's no movement in here, and then we just some out.
Like I've done that. You know what I mean?
There's a bigger.
The issue is the whole narrative. Like I understand after comments and after people and all that, but it's not all about them. It's how I'm feeling too. What if I'm feeling the same way the people feel? You know what I'm saying? So what? Because niggas online feel a certain way. I feel the same way they feel about it.
Call me and curse me out. Call in me and curse them out. Yes, you do.
Yes, like okay. I've done that. You know what I mean?
There's a bigger issue sometimes too, because I feel like, all right, you'll call him, you'll cuss him out. We might talk about different situations, but I think a lot of times if there's an issue for real, and then it don't be no movement in here, it's like there's an issue outside and then there's no movement in here, and then we just all in here like he ha. Like you're doing a lot of it right now. You're laughing and joking, but for real, you know that she's up here crying. Nothing about that is funny. Like there's real issues and real problems, and we don't really get to the gist of it.
Ever. I want the record to show I see Jess cry a lot. So
it doesn't matter if you see her cry 1,000 times.
Joke, this nigga was gaslighted the entire time.
What, Jess? Like,
what part did you think was
what part? Because like, Lauren, it's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me.
Okay, so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part of
Lauren LaRosa even took notes of this shit. She even got her notes together. Like she just prepared. she even got her notes. She went through Jess Hilarious's live and wrote down and took notes even of that. Like she just comes with a whole different preparedness and energy, bro. Like, but I digress. This is crazy.
About the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
right?
But I didn't. None of that was said. You didn't say anything about that.
And then when I
look now, just look how she takes zero accountability for anything that came out of her mouth or the way she handled things wrong. Just look at the deflection.
Pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie. The first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP.
I don't understand. I never.
Right there, bro. Oh, that's a gross way to pause, too. That's crazy. Oh my that
God.
right there, hey, that's the shit right there I don't like, bro. I don't even remember us having this conversation. I'm like, you know what? You at that point, whatever little respect Lauren had for her went out the window.
Gone.
That shit right, that little jab statement right there killed everything.
And you can tell that Lauren LaRosa has spent plenty time in corporate America, bro.
Not just that, bro. It's just she's professional, dog. It don't even matter about spending time in corporate America. She's She literally said, we went to, what did she say? Her EP. Oh yeah, the executive producer. We sat down with the EP and we sat there and we aired out our grievances. How do you not remember something so important like that? Because you don't give a fuck, bro.
Mm-hmm. But
that's
not only that,
problem.
Lauren LaRosa is playing chess around Jess Hilarious, and she does not even know it. The girl did that expressly, intently, because she knew that you were going to sit here days later, whenever the time came, and you were going to act like you didn't remember the conversation. That is for her to know that you're this type of person and she has to take these type of precautions when having a conversation with you.
Yep.
It says a lot. It says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It says a whole hell of a lot.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Exactly. Wow, but go ahead, finish the clip.
Ever heard that?
Because
you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen.
See,
I have said, hush,
you
shut
remember
up.
the side conversations, though. You remember the side conversations, but I digress.
Yeah, exactly.
I digress.
You overtalk, and like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell.
Oh my God.
Listen. And I already know where she's about to take it. I've seen this clip. I already know where Lauren's about to take it. And I love it. And I'm here for it.
How do you sit here and double down? Like, when you already know this is a viral clip of people, like, she's in tune. This is just, this is where it's just pure negligence at this point. Like, you're just not even, like you have no self-awareness at this point. Because in one hand, you're paying attention to the comments. You see what the conversation is around you behaving this way. And you basically telling her to shut up or whatever. But you're doubling down on it on the other hand and being like, yeah, well, if I don't say that, like, there's no way that you're gonna shut up. Like, there's no way that I'm ever gonna get my shit off. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, us on the internet, in our spaces, we can govern ourselves and police ourselves and be like, hey, it's gonna be one mic and not speak over each other. So it's like, what the fuck are we even really talking about? And I feel like a lot of the times it comes from just not knowing what the fuck she's even talking. She's not being informed, not doing her homework, and she's just talking out of the side of her goddamn neck. Yeah, this is egregious.
Let me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown ass woman.
And I understand you could have said that on air right then and there, but right after when you saying you pulled me in office. You never pulled me nowhere.
Because
oh my God, and she's still denying you never pulled me nowhere. You could have said that. To my people in the audience, I want you guys to really look, and this is why, even though I like I said, I somewhat see where she's coming from. There could be a lot of shit going on in the background with this woman that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. You're looking at a woman who is incapable of taking accountability for her own actions. She's not even capable of acknowledging that she disrespected this woman and say, well, you know what? First and foremost, before we continue this conversation, let me just say I apologize for that. I was out of I was out of I was out of pocket for saying that. I was out of pocket. There was no reason for me, like, you're a grown woman, I'm a grown woman. There's no reason for me to tell you to shut up or be quiet or da 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 da. We're on a professional radio show. you know, this shouldn't have to happen. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that's not what Jess did as you're seeing it unfold. That's not the route she took. She is deciding to just double down and act like it's Lauren LaRosa. Well, you should have came and said that you had a problem with me telling you to shut up. Like, bitch, what? What the fuck? Why do I have to come to you? Why do I have to make it known and bring it up? Like, bring up the elephant in the room. But even though, yeah, it should be addressed. But why do I have to tell you that that's disrespectful? Why do I have to
Exactly.
why do I have to tell you that that's something that's not going to be looked at in the best light?
And
So,
yeah, it's just I don't understand that. Does she not get social cues? It's clearly awkward between you guys, but yeah, oh no, everything's fine, everything's fine. I'm just telling you to shut up, and that's okay.
that's
It's not
crazy.
good, man. It's
Yeah.
not good.
But look, man, I know you got to get up out of here, so I definitely want to give you a chance to plug yourself and let the people know where they can find you and shit before you do get out of here, man.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Just go on X, follow Kev underscore legit 10.
Got anything you want to let the people know that you got planned? Anything
Uh,
like that?
working on mixes right now, so that's gonna I'm gonna put those out. You can always catch my live streams if I'm ever live streaming my mixes. Definitely want to come back on here for sure, bro. Definitely want to come back on here for sure.
Facts,
That'd be
facts,
great.
facts.
That'd be great,
Yeah,
man. And
man.
like I said, man, for
Y'all
sure.
check out my boys right here on the screen. Check out
Appreciate you.
everything that he's doing. I mean,
Appreciate you.
and hop into spaces with us. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Get
yeah,
in the
for sure.
conversation with us. We definitely always have you. Love having you come through to the Doja Room. It's
For
always a
sure, brother.
pleasure, my boy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, D. Keep doing your thing,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, man, bro. Thank you. All right, have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
You
All
too.
right, let's get back to the topic at hand. Yeah, all in all, look, guys, Jess Hilarious is fucking out of pocket. Okay, and with this type of person that you have moving around you and doing the type of things that like you're seeing this on air in on live air. You know what I'm saying? Her just basically dismissing the whole her telling her like she hasn't apologized. Maybe she did behind closed doors or whatever like that. But the way she handled it here, it's very telling whether she apologized for it or not. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably the only reason why she would apologize for it afterwards is, because people once again are getting on her ass. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, whatever, I don't know, whatever happens to her, whether I don't know. I feel like me personally, I know KDub that feels like, once this is all said and done, well, he does. Well, actually, you said that she isn't going to make it to the end of her contract. I think that she will, but once this is all said and done, she'll just, go back to her Instagram thing, and maybe doing some shows here and there. But I think it behooves her and it's smart for her to try to stay in a position like this and really turn up and really, really serve up what she needs to, because this could skyrocket her to her next venue, or it could be her ruin. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, Jess Hilarious gets her shit together. Um, I don't know. It's crazy. It's nigga just sent me a skit about how Jess Hilarious was acting on the. Hold on, I gotta play this. I haven't seen this yet. Let's see it.
I mean, on your break.
Hey.
Not burn the roof of your mouth.
Oh, hey, girl. This is Lindsay Granger. Amazing. You know her from News Nation. She's a journalist.
Okay, I ain't saw it yet, but I watch it. Where Mano?
Mano's not here today. Mano running around, trying to have somebody tell him they love him.
Okay.
So anyway, so like I was saying, it's so crazy to see like what people are talking about online. These plastic straws.
Trump going crazy like he does every day. That's his MO. And everybody's supporting it. They want to see the plastic come back and kill all the whales. I don't know. You know, this is my first time doing radio.
Y'all eating pizza?
You said you don't even like New York pizza, so I didn't get you no.
Oh, it's cool. I just take my own. It's cool. Y'all continue y'all conversation.
Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry about her, but it's good. Like I love having you here.
Oh, I love being here.
I know you gotta come back, girl.
Oh, that's an invite.
Yeah.
So we finna get started. What we doing?
What you can do is just chime in. Like if you see it opening, just chime in.
Oh, okay, that's what we on. All right,
everybody, ready for Tell Us a Secret? We got callers on the line.
All right. Wait, I can't hear anything. How can you help me?
Oh, now she need my help.
Yo, Angela, you is messy as fuck for that. You messy as fuck for that. Oh man. Appreciate you, Dub. Obviously somebody's making light of the situation. That's always good, but I don't know, B. I don't know where this leaves Jess. I seriously think that after this they don't renew the contract with her, depending on how these next couple of months go, and how her general attitude on the show goes and how much she shows up to work. I think that'll determine whether they'll renew her contract or not. So, she's probably just gonna definitely have to be on her P's and Q's, and from then on, I don't know, but yeah, she's gonna have to be on her P's and Q's. So real quickly before I get out of here. Because I'm sure he's still going. Oh, yeah, he got his most recently 2 hours ago. I'm sure Ye is still going off, but let's talk a little bit about an hour ago. But let's talk a little bit about what Ye... Look, Ye has been going off for about 72 hours at this point. Non-stop tweeting. You can't convince me that his fingers aren't bleeding right now. That his shit don't have blisters, because yeah, I mean this is just pure craziness. So yeah, Ye is doing whatever Ye is doing or mad about. What it's so hard to even pinpoint what he's mad about, but we'll get to the most important bits. He went at Jay-Z and Beyonce's children, calling him the R word. Basically went at, I mean, he's going at the entire industry at this point. I don't know what friends Kanye has left, but at the same time, Kanye is one of those people where it's just like Kanye's going off on one of these Kanye rants. You don't really pay too much attention to it. You don't really feed too much into it. I don't know. I even if me and Kanye was cool, I would like as long as this nigga has been doing this shit, I wouldn't really even feed too much into it at this point. I wouldn't. It would be like, it would be a waste of time for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just another cycle of this shit, and it just tends to happen I don't know, like what, once a year, once every other year. Like Kanye is going off once every other year, or every couple of months, maybe every 6 months, like a nice 6 month cycle. And so it's hard to really, like I said, pinpoint what exactly is getting at Kanye, what he's exactly upset about. It seemed that he used most of these rants to, follow into the launch of his album and things like that. And maybe he's just using all of this as some type of promo, but he's been going the fuck off. His latest shit that he says, he's still going in on Cardi. He says the Cardi shit was like the final heartbreak, no homo. And the idea that he would call my baby mother and pull my daughter into all this. Let's see who's really crazy. You probably shooting a Skims ad right now as we speak, begging Kim to sex traffic you. Better keep Onyx away from the Kardashians. They'll have your son with his shirt off, sandwiched in between bikini shots, like how they be having my kids. Iggy know I'm telling the truth, but she don't want no problems with that clan. She made it from Australia to the middle of Miami with no family. She know exactly what those witches are up to. I meant, I mean shit. Everybody does. Okay. He's still going off. This this one says the real reason why Ye is crashing out. Looks like he's using that blank gimmick to get back at the same Adidas higher up that almost had him in prison when they froze his JP Morgan's bank accounts before tax season and stole Yeezy's designs and copy and pasted them to Adidas. Four of his reliable rapper friends of the past years, Ty Dolla $ign, Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott, and Tyler the Creator, have been warned to blackball him because of labels. This is why Ye didn't shockingly have a verse on Cardi's highly anticipated album, Music. He hasn't seen Saint in 6 weeks. He says the Kardashian family is trafficking his children and controlling his children. Okay. He makes some true in statements about this evil industry, yet there's an agenda going on about he's crazy and sick. Moral of the story, Ye did help these artists and help their careers, yet they have betrayed him. This is why I think he's going so hard about this on this app. And Ye says, thank you, Sam. It's as simple as that. So there it goes. That Ye feels betrayed. I guess he gave it up right there. Ye feels betrayed. Ye's mad at Kim. And Ye is one of those people where I don't know, like you just gotta kind of sort of leave him alone. And I don't know, like you can't get too involved. Even if you fuck with Ye and if you like Ye, you just can't get too involved or like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's one of those people who can just be mad at anything, like just flip on anything, anybody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even though most of it is just harmless rants and he's just chatting, it's different for Kanye because he's as big as he is and he has the platform that he does. But I don't know, like you sort of kind of just gotta keep your distance and just be like, hey man, he hits you up for a feature. If it's not gonna be an inconvenience, if it's just that, okay, I mean, cool. But if it's you coming out to Wyoming and y'all are gonna collab and he's gonna do this, he's gonna produce that, we gonna do just send the vocals over, my boy, in the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, if not, then I might be too busy for you. You know what I mean? I got tours, I got this, I got that. Kanye is one of those people where it's like, yeah, I fuck with you, but you gotta just be always busy around this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always be busy. You just gotta, oh yeah, I can't, yeah, I got a wedding this week. Yep. Oh yeah, I gotta pick the kids up. You know what I'm saying? I got the kids this week. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell him something, and there gotta be some. You gotta be telling him some genuine shit. Like, you can't just be brushing him off, because then the next thing you know, he's going on a rant about that. So you gotta just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say be fake, but if you fuck with Kanye, then hey, you just gotta kind of like, cause even if it it starts to look like everybody is blackballing him and stuff like that, just because he just sends so much fire down on top of everybody around him that everybody can't necessarily bear what Ye can bear. They can't survive what Ye can survive. So, I mean, niggas gotta, they gotta look out for their own families and well-being at the end of the day too. And if we didn't have people looking out for their own, then we wouldn't have any controversy in the world. We wouldn't have nothing to really talk about now, would we? But that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with today. I appreciate you guys for stepping into the Doja Room. It has been a wonderful little hour 30 with you guys. And we're going to get to some more topics the next time we hop on. But I appreciate you guys for stopping in and hearing what we had to say. Shout out to my boy KDub once again for stopping through to hit up some of these topics with me. Be on the lookout. We got a lot of things planned, a lot of things coming through the pipeline. So stay in tune with your boy. You can follow me on X. I greatly encourage you guys listening on other platforms other than X. I greatly encourage you to go ahead and lock in with me here. Any videos that can't go on YouTube will be here. And pretty much everything else that I post, articles. I mean, I got articles for you guys for days, for the people that read. I know that's very rare nowadays. A lot of you niggas don't read. But for my people who still read and still, get their news the good old fashioned way, we are putting in a lot of work. We putting out these shows, and yeah, we're doing everything we can to keep you guys entertained and to keep you guys coming back for more. And yeah, besides that, we do got some music in the pipeline for you guys as well. So I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping that is, it comes at the right time, and I'm just grinding and hoping that everybody appreciates this music as much as I appreciate it and love it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Come through, check out an article or two, give us a like, give us a retweet, subscribe to the channel, and share with your fellow people. Or if you like to get into the conversation, DMs is right there. Just hop in, tell me you want to get into the conversation, and we can duke it out in the Doja Room. And if you guys got a compelling argument, then maybe you guys can take a dub. But I'm just saying, your boy Dope Boy Diesel is undefeated here in the Doja Room. All right, to all my stoners, hippies, and hip hop enthusiasts, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for tuning into the Doja Room. I'm out.